month of service. And you know, it took us a lot of years to dream our dream for the A-team. Who are we? Because if you don't know who you are, you're still floundering out there, and you will not receive your dream because you can't get focused. You don't know what it is. Today it's this, tomorrow it's this, and next week it's something else. And so your focus keeps getting discombobulated. And you don't know where you're at, and so you know formulas. I know you know the formulas, but you don't know how to put the first step out to make it happen. And so here, in this intensive workshop, you are going to learn how to do that. And if you change your mind of a dream, we still have the focus to make that new dream happen quickly, instead of holding off and waiting, assuming and saying, well, maybe God will just come in and help me, or maybe my friend is going to come in and dump it all in my lap, you know, and maybe I'm going to win the lottery. Those things are not going to help us. So it's not enough. You can clean it. Look at the 18. You guys are looking good. Looking good. So there we are. And there's Maria in there. So you can flip that. So it's not hard to imagine, and it's not enough to imagine what makes you happy. I mean, we've all done that. I mean, that's what we do every day. And we still are waiting on what makes us happy. Like all dreams, one must endeavor to experience it. So how do you experience it? How come the person next to you can experience it, and then you, thinking that you've done everything right, it just doesn't happen. So we have to knock on the doors and turn over the stones. Give your couch and vision board a rest. Most of us, our dreams stop there, right at our vision board. And then we just think, well, somebody's going to project it and bring it here. But if you met anyone who has written vision boards and had it come true, they will tell you it was hard work. It was very hard work. Even if they forgot the exact picture of their dream home, they had a dream home. They had a dream car. They had a dream vacation. They had, well, dream family. We're going to pray on that one. Because sometimes our families don't turn out the way we want, but they're doing what they want. So we have to look at what works and what works for you. So get off the couch, get up, and work your dream. Because the dream just sitting there is just a hope and a wish and a prayer. So imagine the joy and happiness when you visualize, but not physically preparing for the inevitable arrival. It would be like imagining a fake Bentley. That's my dream, my Bentley. A fake Bentley, a fake dream home. So go for real. It costs the same in energy.
That's a good one.
We did that? Okay, let's click it. All right. So, our dream team is absolutely life-changing. And so today, it will be life-changing. It's truly groundbreaking, and it affects every aspect of your life. So, what do we need to do? Believe that it's possible. You know, many of us say yes out loud. We say it in crowds. We're with everybody. We're saying, yes, this is what I want. But we don't believe it's for us. Or we just don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. That dream isn't for you. The dream isn't for you. You have a different one. It's okay to have a different dream than a group of people. So, don't get pushed by your problems. Be led by your dreams. Nobody knows who wrote that, but boy, is that true throughout the years. We often think that dreams are those things that most people don't get to do, that they're luxuries reserved for people who are privileged, wealthy, or well-connected. How did they get wealthy? How did they get well-connected? They focused, and they moved, they took action. So don't forget to believe in your dream. So here is the truth. We're all starting from ground zero. Today, you are starting from ground zero. Now, everything leading up to this point here in Atlantis, Bahamas, you've done. But from here, your story is going to change. It's going to explode. And so where you thought you were going, you may be going in a similar direction, but the momentum and speed is going to be like a rocket ship. So you're going to skip all of these smaller dreams. You're going to experience them, but you're going for gusto in the larger scheme of life, and that's what we're looking for. So we're all starting from different places for different reasons, and the level of work required to get from A to B is different. That's okay. If your dream is something you're physically incapable of doing, it's most likely not going to happen. It just can't. So you have to look at that from this point. Now, I know most of us believe that we can do those miracles, and you know, you can, but not everybody does. So we need to look at that. Now, if some dreams are more difficult to achieve than others, well, it's going to just take you a little more time, but we're going to get there. Except when you find this secret. We have found a huge secret. We know who we are. That took us a long time. We know who we are, and we are service. And through the service, this is what David and Bianca, the founders of For Life Research, has come to understand is who they really are. And they are looking for service. And so what are they doing? They're building the business around service. Now, they already have their science, and they've been building their business around science from day one. They've looked at success through the leaders in the field. And now they're leaders in the field of transferceutical science, but their heart belongs to service. Think about where your heart is. Where are you? I know each and every one of you in this room. Through the law of attraction, that like attracts like, you are all service people. When you think of business, you think of success, you think of the science, and then you think of service. And so our business is going to be built around the service of together helping people. This is easy. The side effects, of course, is the science that we can be using. Just remember, we used them all before. We're going to use them all again. Only we just reverse some of the, science is not number one to us right now. It's the service that's number one. But science then kicks into number two and success number three. So we're still using every one of those circles. We're using every one of those. However, we've changed our priority, and that's what we're going to learn, is how to prioritize based on who you are, not based on who I am. So many of us have put our dreams forward, and we've expected everybody to do the same dream because you're so excited about yours. I'm guilty of that. I'm very guilty of that. I want everybody to have success, but it's through the eyes of me. You are individual, and you have to find your success through the eyes of you. No one else. No one else can do it for you. You can direct it as other people are in your team. You can direct it, but you are the one with the vision. You are the one with the dream, and they may have a vision within the vision, and that's okay. But you, it starts with you, and not hoping that someone underneath you catches the fire and fixes that and makes it happen. And so many of us have. We've been waiting for someone underneath us to maybe, when I mean underneath, I mean downline. I'm not talking about that they're beneath us. I'm talking about your downline. You're waiting for your downline to pick you up and carry you off. They've got the dream and they can see it. Great. You've been training, and they know the stuff. So they're just going to pick up and do it. Well, have you seen that happen yet? You're here, aren't you? Okay, so you know that the vision is your vision, the dream is your dream, and we're going to see how our dreams really affect us and work. Mine are not the same. Okay, I'm just going to go with this. All right, so most of the dreams are about things that we could do if we are really willing to work hard at it. How many have raised your hand for a dream? And let's do this. My dream is a Bentley. So, how many want a Bentley? How many want a luxury car?
A luxury car?
A luxury car. Doesn't have to be a Bentley. A luxury car. All right, you know what I'm visualizing for you? A Bentley.
Oh, okay, good point.
I'm visualizing a Bentley. Oh, man, they got the car. They've got the Bentley. I know Trisha's going to get a Bentley. I know that.
That's my same dream. I want the light blue one.
Oh, okay, I'll let you have that one.
Which one do you want?
I want cream. I want cream with the rich wood interior.
P. Diddy has that one.
Oh, well, well,
He's gonna
I'm in
give
good
you his
company.
car.
I'm in good company. So right now, I want you to write down your dream car.
Well, I know it's not going to be a minivan.
It's gonna be a Bentley minivan. I know. You're gonna make one just for you.
Well, I never thought about a dream car. I never get a choice.
Well, now you have a choice.
Now
Here's
I have
our
a
dream.
choice, yeah.
That Kimmy gets her choice.
Woo!
It's not a minivan.
That's right. No, you know what? That's not a dream. I know what I want.
No, Mercedes.
Probably a car on Ferrari.
I want the
Well,
process for that.
one of them. There's a couple.
Okay. What kind of cars do you guys want? What do you have?
Mercedes.
A Mercedes.
Mercedes crossover.
All right.
A Maybach and a Tesla.
Whoa.
Oh, a Tesla. Oh, she's dreaming big. All right. You go, girl.
A Ferrari.
A Ferrari.
Whoa.
Yeah, fast.
Yeah.
He's going fast.
I want two. I want a Range Rover for the family and a Maserati for me.
Oh!
My brother has a Maserati. They'll go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
Isn't his right?
Good.
Is it right?
It's yellow.
Yellow.
It's a yellow bird. What kind of car?
Spider, Porsche.
Porsche.
Oh, I
Nice.
can visualize that when I see it.
I can't think of one fast enough.
Yes, you can. What kind do you want? We're going to help her.
I have no idea. Patrick, what kind of car? Since
No,
it's-
I got
Oh, well, we're going to part the waves here. Okay. So, do you want a luxury car? Do you want one that rides low? Do you want one that rides high? Do you want one that rides fast? Do you want one that goes all over the terrain? We're going to figure out something.
You like the Cadillac.
I was just thinking those two.
Oh my
Those
gosh.
two cars.
I mean,
They've
and I don't like the, I don't like
certain
the,
models
They've got
in there.
smaller
They've got
I
models.
don't like the looks of the smaller Cadillac.
All right.
But take the Mercedes, you got the Mercedes, you got the
BMW.
Audis.
She's kind of more like a Rolls Royce, don't you think?
I think she's a
Yeah,
Rolls Royce.
she's like a Rolls.
But she has to have a driver.
Yes.
She needs a driver.
Yeah.
Well, then just go a little higher.
Yeah, I
They
need
make
a
it roomy
driver.
enough for me, okay?
Hey, just look up the Rolls Royce Phantom.
Ooh, nice.
It's a $500,000
I've seen that
car.
one. I've seen that one.
But she doesn't see it. And if she doesn't see it, it will not appear.
Oh, okay.
She's not ready for a car.
I see it.
And did you see how we all came in? Come on, you gotta have a new car. Come on, come on. Do you see how quickly we did that?
We wanted to dream the dream for her.
Yes. And that's what you do with your downline. You dream the dream for them. And it's not them. So it doesn't go anywhere. We cannot dream somebody else's dream.
That's true.
Thank you, Janet. I knew I had one in the crowd.
I knew I was here for something.
She's focused on something else.
I have a sports model luxury convertible Mercedes.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Those are great, those are great. Like my Bentley, I have to have a Bentley.
I want multiple cars.
Whoa!
I want a limousine with a driver, because that's the first thing that popped into my head. I want a regular car that, like a Rava, so I can drive
Okay.
kids around in. And then the sports car that popped in for me was a Saab, and I don't know how I would ever get in a Saab, but I'll have to make it.
Well, because you're gonna fit in it. That's
Yeah.
right,
Right.
you're gonna fit in it.
Amen.
Yes.
Don't worry about that.
Amen.
Visualize yourself in the car, and it will happen.
That's it. Oh, I've always wanted a Ferrari.
Oh!
And then, of course, I like my hikes at like a Land Rover or something.
Oh,
so
yes.
I
I thought somebody would have a Land Rover in here. And we know Trish wants a Bentley. Are there any other cars you want?
I was thinking a Porsche would be nice for every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every
And maybe an SUV just to keep a low profile.
I want to keep a low profile.
Okay, so do we all
Depends on
have
where you're going.
garages
Right.
large enough to house all these cars?
Yes.
That's right.
We will.
Oh,
But I
you
hope
will?
I've seen
Oh, okay, I like that. So what comes first, the car or the garages?
Garage.
All right, for you it's the garages.
No, the car.
The car. For her it's the car.
What was the question?
Who wants yours at the
The
same
large
time?
garage or the
At
car?
the same time, go ahead, Rebecca.
Yeah, I like the Rebecca. I'm changing.
Okay, let's hear from the architect. Okay,
House first.
the house, yeah,
You dream in the house together.
that's it, okay. Okay, how about you guys?
I dream of the house to put the vehicles in.
All right,
I was dreaming of the money.
all
that's
right.
Really, even
For the-
first.
Yeah, for the, for the car.
Okay, because it's still question mark, what kind of car? Okay, did you ever wonder how people get all those cars? First to dream, then what do they do? If you know the car, you know the price. They start budgeting and looking to see how it fits in their today's money. What do they have today? And immediately
Put the box on.
they start saying they're either poor, they're going to get to it, or yeah, I can have it, whether they had the money or not. Where was your mindset when you were looking for the car? I want you to write that down. Were you poor?
No.
Your mindset, not what you are. Were you poor? Nobody's poor that's in this room, by the way.
No.
Okay, so were you poor thinking? Were you thinking, yeah, I can have it, even though you don't have it yet? Or did you think, I've got to work up to that money? Where was your brain?
The brain said it's just gonna come. It's somehow. I don't know how, but it will come.
So she's knows she's got the money. She knows she has the money. Okay, someone else. Yes.
I felt like I was already there. Like the mindset of what it would be like already having
So
it.
you have it.
Yes.
You have it. Okay, so she may not have the money today, but she's got it. She knows that she's got it. Okay.
Same.
What? Same?
Yeah.
All
you
right.
can have it.
How about you, Jimmy?
I was ready to buy it.
Yes.
Wow.
Love it. Love it. Okay. Someone else. Yes.
I just know I have the money right now.
You know you have the money. Okay.
When I saw the limo, it was right, I mean, the driver, it was.
You have the money.
Yes.
You have the money.
Yes.
Okay. Christine.
I'm doubtful, but I'm there.
Okay, you're doubtful. So are you working up to the money or saying, there's just no way?
Probably working up to the money.
That's me. I work up to the money. I have to know how much it costs and then I start dreaming on it. And then somehow I drop it. I drop the dream because I left it out there in the ethers, out there somewhere and waiting to grab it. Who has it? And waiting to grab my opportunity, not somebody else's, but my opportunity. And it comes. But the Mercedes, I mean the Bentley, well, that's been a dream for a while. And that means I didn't think I could have it. I did not believe I could have it, but I wanted it. Rebecca.
I was in it. I visualized myself. I saw myself in the car, and my first thought went to how I felt being in it.
Which car was it?
It was a white Mercedes. It's got charcoal interior and a moonroof, so it's all leather and.
Okay, so you're a good dreamer.
Yeah.
You're a real good dreamer.
Down to the
But
details.
I need to know, where's your mind?
Well, I was in. What do you mean? Like I was.
Can you have it? Are you poor and I can't?
Today. I can have it today.
You can have it today. So what are you going to do to get it today?
Create a plan.
Create a plan. That's good. We're going to create a plan, and that's part of our dreams. So you have to stay flexible. You all have a dream car, and we're going to stay flexible on how it's going to come. Here's the next big downfall. People. Yes.
What's Patrick's dream car?
Whatever I want.
This is the exception to the rule right here in these two.
It's that Mercedes convertible that she doesn't have yet. So that's.
I don't want that anymore. I'm just
But
going for my
that's what she's been
Bentley.
wanting for a long time. So my first one was the Mercedes convertible for my wife. But for me, I'm leaning toward Infinity, but I'm being flexible.
Okay. All right. The thing here, I want to talk about that next thing about flexibility, that we all say that we're flexible.
Yeah.
You know, we have a certain way that we think it needs to come.
Yeah, that's me.
It needs to come this way. It needs to come this way. Okay, ladies? Sorry, gents, I'm going to hold you off to the side for a minute. But ladies, when you dreamed up your dream man, some of us got it, and some of us didn't. So I want you to think about, what did you say you wanted in your dream man? What did you say? And then what did you compromise? And the more you compromised, the more you didn't get what you wanted. And so some of the arguments that you have is because you're frustrated with yourself that you didn't get what you said you would get. And that's the truth in everything. And gents, it's the same for you for women. Of course, Patrick got the perfect one. What can I say?
Right.
I visualized well.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So, whatever you're dreaming, don't compromise.
Oh, that's true.
It's the biggest mistake we all make. We compromise because we don't think it will come around again. It's never coming again. So we'll take what we can get. Did your mamas ever tell you? Take what you can when you can? Yes. Yes, because they were afraid that you'd be picked over for something. Rather, it was a dream dance debut. It was the husband. The women had different compromises. And the men have different compromises. What did your mama tell you to look for in a woman? Everything they were. Everything they were. Because that was their dream. And that would make you happy. But they don't know that you don't like half the things that they do. So, you have to look seriously because most of your dreams are what other people told you to dream. And if they've told you to dream other things, and it doesn't fit who you are and you don't know who you are not going to receive. Or you shall receive and lose it as quick as it comes. Just as quick as it comes. I dreamt a dream many, many years ago of singing on a stage, and I did get that opportunity. And I had record contracts and so forth. And then I had fear. I had fear that my children wouldn't behave while I was out on the road. I had fear that, well, truly, I would miss them. So I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And my music in the career of the dream has been a carrot dangling in front of my face since I was a small child. Having solos, having a full boat scholarship to Kansas for my voice. Singing in Europe when I was married to Patrick, I sang solo with the symphony choir in the Akron Symphony Choir. I've had those opportunities to have record contracts, things that people just hope, dream, wish about. I've had them in my lap, and then I left them. I left them. And so we always say, well, maybe God had a bigger plan. He had something else. Really? Really? The message could have gone out in voice. Whatever he had planned. It was the individual. It was me who changed the plan. I no longer was going to be a part of that. But every once in a while, when I start thinking of my voice, things start coming up. Janice, can you sing over here? Can you go over there? And then I choose. I pick and choose. I have sang all over Europe. I have sang in Odeons. Do you know what an Odeon is? It's carved out rock, and that was the theaters of ancient times. And under open skies and the Mediterranean Ocean or Mediterranean Sea. I mean, I have been in front of full crowds, capacity crowds, because they were all tourists.
Wow, that's so cool.
And I went down to the bottom, and I sang, and the tour guides have asked me to, you know, please sing another, sing another. So some of you who have gone on many of our journeys overseas were stuck listening to me many times. Many times. And sold out capacity, because the tourists were all in there, and I was giving my performances. So be careful how you dream it. Be careful what you really want to dream, because it will change in a heartbeat. And it can just go off this way when you wanted it to go off this way. But in the end, it may be the happiest to sing in front of all the tourists from Japan, from all over the world. Wow. Japan, Germany, we had Croatians, we had Italians, we had the Spaniards, we had England. Believe it or not too many Americans. Sang on the steps of Italy, the most famous steps where stars sing. There I was in front of a crowd, and a man came up, and he was telling me how much he loved me in another language because we couldn't speak it. And Patrick ran and got me a rose and brought it to me. And I know that was, he was marking his territory.
Smart man.
So your dream can come in many different ways, and not exactly the way you dreamed it to be. So you must be flexible. You must be flexible. And so, how did my singing career go? It went perfect for me. Because my children were grown up when I started singing all over the world. And I didn't have to worry about them. And the one that was left, I dragged with me. So it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Every once in a while I'll go look at the contracts that I had with Warner Brothers to sing, just to sing. It was real. It was real. They chose me. It was when the CDs first came out. That's when my career was going to take off. I had Prince's manager, was given to me from a record distributor. Can you imagine? All of that stuff was in place. And I just couldn't do it. Because I didn't dream the dream correctly. I just dreamed what I thought it should be. But I was flexible, and I changed my mind. Before my kids, they were all teenagers when I was going to hit it big, so you know that's kind of rough. So I thought of every bad thing you could think of to stop my dream. And in reality,